Johnson's hand on everything from Ukraine aid to Israel. And now we hear that Congresswoman MTG is huddled with Speaker Johnson. I mean, what's Trump's influence been like in the House of Representatives, and how did that meeting go with MTG and Johnson?
Yeah, his influence is obviously strong. I mean, what we saw, like you mentioned, the surveillance bill, and Trump said, you know, kill this bill, and then 19 House Republicans teamed up with Democrats, and they killed it. And then we found out yesterday, MTG and Speaker Johnson huddled together. This is the first time they've met in person since she brought up possibly ousting him, ever since he decided to allow for a spending bill to pass to avoid a partial government shutdown. Basically, after that meeting, she was telling reporters, like, we didn't come to any policy agreements. We didn't come to a conclusion, but I think that Johnson acknowledges that I know what Republican voters want and what they're thinking. Basically, she's trying to be the voice.
We're going to be working on this. We do not believe in warrantless spying on the American people, especially when this bill carves out the ability for Congress to be notified when a member of Congress is going to be looked at through the FISA court. That's completely unfair. The same thing should apply for the American people. But Mike Johnson doesn't have the trust of the conference, and that's become very clear.
That law allows the federal government to spy without a warrant on foreigners outside the borders of the country. And the idea is bad people are doing bad things against us. We need to know what they are, and we can't bother to go to a court to get a warrant every time we want to know. But it will never be used against American citizens. Well, of course, now that we know it has been at scale. But that law, FISA, has made it possible. So that law is now up for reauthorization in the House of Representatives. And amazingly, the new Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson of Louisiana, has spent the last couple of weeks doing all he can to get that law reauthorized. In other words, to allow the federal agencies to continue to spy upon and punish people who disagree with him.
Edward Snowden was the whistleblower for the NSA and for all the spying that's been going on American soil without any due process, without any reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime, without warrants. Welcome back to Unrestricted. I'm your host, Peter, and today there is an urgent call that you have to make to your senators. It's really simple. I recorded my own call, and I am posting it towards the end of the video so you can listen to it and do exactly what I did. It is super simple. I know a lot of people are intimidated by it, but what is the issue now? Remember what the NSA did or has been doing for the last couple decades is spying on Americans. They're basically codifying and turning something completely illegal into legal writing paper, which a bill that expands and vaguely worded specifically so that they can spy on Americans literally every day, legally, without any warrants, without any suspicion of a crime. This is an absolute treasonous act against Americans. This is something that needs to be stopped immediately. This is an urgent call for every single one of you that watched this video or listens to this video. You need to grab your phone now and call 202-899-8938. They will try to connect you to the closest senator, your zip code. And then the next thing is you call, a person answers you, and then you say, I'm a constituent and I would like to block the 702 section for the FISA court. And that's it. That's all you need to do. We need to make as many calls as possible. We need to stop this from happening. It cannot go. This is basically the NSA codifying and legalizing the most illegal, unethical, and immoral thing to do. This extends to the point where they can literally spy on between you and your even wife, your mom, your sister. They can look at all your private messages. They can get all those without even a warrant. They can confiscate your devices without any warrants. They could do whatever. This is basically the equivalent of the Gestapo police. You don't want that. This is not America anymore. This is getting really creepy and really disturbing. At least in the past, they've done it behind scene where they deny it. Nowadays, you're gonna be like basically getting arrested, detained, and thrown in jail for no reason, and they could just get all your private information. And for those of you that say, I got nothing to hide, you are an idiot, and you need to stop doing that. If you really have nothing to hide, why do you have a lock on your phone? If you have nothing to hide, why do you close the door when you go to the bathroom? It is not because you're doing anything wrong and you're trying to hide it. It's because you have privacy and you value that privacy. This is not about doing anything illegal or you're worried about it that you're trying to hide. It is about your absolute right to privacy. This needs to stop. You guys need to start calling. The last couple of days that they confirmed that yes, they have been getting a lot of calls about it. The more we call about this, the more likely they're going to reconsider a horrendous, egregious attack on our freedom. Our Fourth Amendment right ensure that we have the right to be secure in our papers, houses, and effects against any unreasonable searches and seizures. That is the Fourth Amendment right. Nowadays, this has to stop. This is very alarming and very disturbing. This is the Orwellian reality we're living in. I'm going to leave you with a call. I want you to be able to hear it. I redacted a couple of seconds for privacy, but that's it. Please make sure to reach out to this phone number and get that going as soon as possible. We have to stand together. We cannot take a chance. This is a big deal. This is more important than what's happening in Palestine. This is more important than what's happening with Iran. This is more important than a lot of things. This is an attack on freedom on American soil. The Mike Johnsons of the world are the traitors. They're committing treason right in front of all of us under the guise of national security. All these corrupt politicians need to stop. We need to stop them immediately. This is not a call to action to a violence. This is a call to action to stop them and call your Senate. Call them now. Phone number is 202-899-8938. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe for more. Like and share this video to everyone. Make everyone on the same page right now. This is extremely important. Your voice matters and we count on you. This is very important. We have to stick together, all of us. Until next video.
Now we'll connect you to both your senator's offices one after another, and then to Senate leadership offices. Please make all the calls if you can. You can press star to move from call to call, or if there's no answer. When you're connected to the office or an answering machine, you can say, "I'm calling as a constituent to urge you to block the everyone is a spy provision in the FISA surveillance bill that just passed the House."
We are now connecting you to the D.C. office of Senator Charles Schumer.
Good morning, Senator Schumer's office. How may I help you?
Good morning. As a constituent, I'm wanting to call so that you guys can block the agreement of the Section 702 bill. How can I proceed with that?
So actually, just by you saying that to me, I can write that down and then pass that along to the senator later today.
That would be wonderful. Is there any way to follow up on that, or how do I know that this is moving forward?
So what I can say is that I write down all constituent calls and then I pass them all along to the senator at the end of the day. However, if you would like to leave a comment with the senator, also you're more than willing and to leave a comment on our website. However, rest assured that just by telling me about how you want to block the spy provision in the FISA Act, I'd be more than happy. I can pass that along and it will get to the senator.
Excellent. No, I think this is it. This is perfect. Just out of curiosity, have you been receiving a lot of calls regarding that bill?
Yes, sir. We have both today and yesterday been receiving a good number of calls on this specific bill.
Understood. Thank you very much. I think that's it.
Yeah, of course. And do you mind just before we go, just sharing with me your zip code? All right. And like I said, I've written down your comment, and I'll be sure to pass this along to the senator personally.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
No worries. Bye-bye.
Take care.